Welcome guys, and welcome back to another video in our channel. In our video today we are going to do an in-depth analysis on Chelsea's game against Dortmund. This game showcased how Chelsea might line up next season, not including key signings that are supposed to be made as the summer transfer window is about to close. Another key aspect is Reece James, who was seen captaining his side. So Pochettino lined up his team in a 4-2-3-1 formation. This looks like his go-to formation that he will employ at Chelsea. So this formation involves Reece James and Chilwell starting at the fullback position, Colwill and Thiago Silva starting as the centre-back pairing, with Enzo and Gallagher playing as a double pivot. Nkunku and Sterling started in the wide areas, with Chukwuemeka playing in behind the pacey Jackson. We are going to understand how this formation was deployed by Pochettino in this game, and why Nkunku started down the left rather than starting down the middle. Pochettino's 4-2-3-1 formation is affirmed and accredited to him. Before we continue, like, share and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. So both teams lined themselves up, with Chelsea in their default 4-2-3-1, with Dortmund starting in their 4-3-3. So Chelsea building from the back began with Colwill and Silva splitting wide alongside Kepa to form a back three. Since Dortmund were pressing in a 4-3-3 system, Kepa had the alternatives of picking up the two double pivots, but the two wide centre-backs would push on to them, creating space for Reece James and Chilwell to receive the ball high up the pitch. So when a fullback tried to advance towards Reece James, Sterling would make runs beyond Reece James and receive the ball in this space. Therefore, Dortmund stopped pressing Chelsea high up the pitch and decided to sit in a mid-block. But Chelsea again found ways to break this tight mid-block employed by Dortmund, where the front three and midfield stayed narrow. So, Thiago Silva and Colwill are excellent in playing balls over the top, and therefore were playing balls in spaces behind the Dortmund's defense line for the runs of Jackson, who is keen at playing these runs. We know Jackson likes to make these runs beyond the opposition centre-backs. This is something that Chelsea did time and time again against Dortmund. Therefore, Dortmund decided to drop their defense line deep. This created spaces for Nkunku and Sterling to occupy the half spaces between the midfield and the defense line. Chukwuemeka pushing forward also made sure the Dortmund's holding midfielder was tying him up, therefore the fullbacks playing quite narrow and enabling Chilwell and Reece James to advance forward and occupy these positions in the wide areas. As you can see from this clip, the position of Reece James and Chilwell is high and wide, playing as wingers since they are overlapping their wingers who are cutting inside. So therefore this created some tactical problem. Therefore the Dortmund's forward line were tasked to be pressing Colwill and Thiago Silva to prevent them from making those passes. And this left Nkunku and Sterling drifting in wide areas to receive the ball, and therefore Jackson was leaving his number 9 position to link up with Christopher Nkunku, where they would form a trio overload against the opposition fullback and maneuver the ball in space where they would like to attack. This kind of partnership between Nkunku and Jackson is something that Chelsea fans are keen to see next season, where Chilwell, Nkunku and Jackson are able to link up in the wide areas and evade, create overloads to create chances for the team. Jackson drops deep, receives the ball and returns the ball to Nkunku, who are both excellent goal threats. So, in times where the Dortmund's backline shifted and Nkunku got injured for the entry of Modric likes to receive the ball wide. Therefore, they would be congested with Chilwell. Chilwell therefore opted to make underlapping between the fullback and the centre-back in these kinds of position. Therefore, Thiago Silva attempted this pass time and time again towards Modric, who would be staying wide, and this will see Modric playing a simple pass to Chilwell, who would make cutbacks for Jackson and other players. This is a clear example of Thiago Silva picking Chilwell from this underlapping position. So without the ball, Chelsea's fullbacks dropped deep, and when Dortmund tried to overload Chelsea fullbacks, we saw Pochettino has come up with a way to stop these kinds of overload. And this is whereby when a fullback is overloaded with two players, a central midfielder, like Dortmund tried to do in times and times again, a central midfielder will be dropping deep in the backline to cover these runs. You can see here how Enzo Fernandez has dropped deep to help Reece James cover the spaces left between the centre back and the fullback. Also here, Gallagher drops in between Reece James to cover these spaces. This excellent movement by the two midfielders really helped in doubling up against the opponents, leaving Mudryk, Sterling and Jackson high up at the pitch where they could easily exploit Dortmund through counter-attacks, though Jackson, Chukwuemeka and Sterling squandered some of these chances. The position of Sterling, Mudryk and Jackson high up the pitch rather than tracking back is something that we are seeing with Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino wants his pacey forwards to stay up while the team is defending, so that once they win the ball, they can quickly initiate rapid counter-attacks. And this is something that Chelsea lacked last season from scoring goals through these counter-attacks, but it's something they will improve this season. So these are some of the few tactics that Mauricio Pochettino is employing at Chelsea. We are seeing his keenness and desire to use the 4-2-3-1 formation. The 4-2-3-1 formation works perfectly and seamlessly for him. We can see the positions of the fullbacks high and wide on the pitch. We are also seeing the position of the inside forwards. Players are playing in positions where they like and they are thriving quite well. We expect to see more tactical changes with the possibility of Moises Caicedo and Sanchez coming into the starting lineup. Will the signing of Sanchez jeopardize the development of Kepa as the number one at Chelsea? And I also want to pose this question. Will the coming in of Moises Caicedo ensure that Chelsea are strong in midfield with having two ball-winning midfielders playing at the double pivot? We saw that Nkunku also got an injury, and I'll give you updates on how that injury is, but at the end of the game, he looked like he was walking quite well. If you've stayed with us till the end of the video, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this.